Oh, I left my caps lock on, now I've shouted at IMDb, like, search. Hello, I'm Florentina Faconti and welcome to another episode of My Favourite Performances. Today I'm going to be talking all about Domhnall Gleeson. I've already spoken about him in a few of my videos. In my Sci-Fi Robots episode, I spoke about Ex Machina when I didn't even know how to pronounce his name. And also in my Peter Rabbit 2 review, so I'll leave the link for those videos in the description and in the cards. I'm pretty sure I wore this top in both of those videos as well. Let me see. Well, that explains why this top jumped out at me today. I'm going to start with the TV show that triggered my obsession for Domhnall. It's Frank of Ireland. I loved this show so much. I watched it quite a few times after it came out, like back to back. I finished it and I started it again. He's in it with one of his brothers, Brian, who plays the main character Frank. And in one episode, their dad Brendan guest stars too. They do a lot as a family and they've made quite a few short films, and both Brian and Domhnall are writers on Frank of Ireland as well. Domhnall has such a great chaotic energy in this as Doofus. He's really good at comedy, he has fantastic timing and it feels really natural, so it's just such a joy to watch. However, personally I think his standout roles are in dramas. Which leads me on to The Revenant. I'm not going to go too deep into this one because I really don't like this film. Don't come at me because you won't change my mind. It's just Leonardo DiCaprio getting attacked by a bear and then whining about it for 3 hours. I was rooting for the bear and I wish the bear won because it would have been a lot shorter and it would have been about the characters that I actually cared about. But the bits with the rest of the cast, especially Domhnall, I really enjoyed. He has so much power at the beginning of the film and it does start to diminish slightly, but he still keeps his command throughout the film. Even though he's having to deal with these really awful and rather inconvenient circumstances, Leo, and with quite an unpredictable team working for him, I just love the levels that he brought to that character and he did an amazing job. It's just a shame I have to watch the rest of the film to enjoy his performance. Next up is Unbroken. I absolutely love the section of the film that he was in. I thought he did a brilliant job and I was so upset that he wasn't in more of it. And he had to lose quite a bit of weight for that role because they're stranded at sea with nothing to eat or drink. And that section of the film goes on for quite a while and it looked like a really grueling filming process. I won't go into the details and spoil it. I think it's a true story actually. But yeah, after they go through all of that, it doesn't exactly end well for them. And I was heartbroken at his last scene in the film. And that's like nowhere near the end. He disappears like in the middle. It's intense. It's a really intense film. Next up is The Little Stranger. This was really interesting because there were points where I really hated his character. He wasn't a nice person. But Domhnall made me really connect and at points warm to him. And I hated it. No. He was very stern and proper in this. He was quite creepy and scary. And I watched this after only seeing him do Peter Rabbit and Frank of Ireland, these comedy roles. So it really blew me away how different this was. And the range he has is incredible. Another film where he's playing quite a stern character was Goodbye Christopher Robin. He was playing A.A. Milne, the creator of Winnie the Pooh. And I didn't actually know that much about A.A. Milne before watching this. I was hoping he was going to be a lovely, happy, eccentric character, but quite the opposite. This was such a powerful performance and I got so involved in the story and the characters. And I was getting so frustrated when he wasn't spending time with his son or he was like putting fame and success ahead of his family. There were a lot of subtleties to his performance in this. I was just hooked on the screen. I couldn't take my eyes off him. He did it so well. And finally, About Time. I absolutely adored this film. I'm actually going to talk about it in my next sci-fi episode about time travel. Domhnall just led this film so beautifully. He had fantastic relationships with anyone he was in a scene with. And you could really connect with the story through him. It was just so wonderful. And I've talked about his comedy and his drama performances separately, but in this he brings both sides and it was phenomenal. And that's a common theme with a lot of my favourite actors, that they can bring both and have that perfect balance interwoven into the story. But before I go, I'm going to do some quick fire honourable mentions of some more of my favourites. He was also fantastic in Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2, Dredd, The Kitchen, Anna Karenina, and Frank. So all of the films that I've talked about in this video, go and check them out because he's absolutely brilliant in them. So yeah, those are my favourite Domhnall Gleeson performances. And my obsession's coming in thick and fast. So from August, there will be 2 episodes of my favourite performances a month. And the next one is going to be all about Chris Evans. And you bet I'm going to be fangirling about Captain America. Thanks for watching. Give it a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you want more of this. But as always, stay safe and look after yourselves. Bye.